Welcome students. Now our next topic is ozone. Ozone, its molecular formula is O3. Its structure is as follow. Three atoms of oxygen are there. They are arranged in a V shape or a bent shape, and two covalent bond are present between two oxygen and one single bond is there. It is actually this double bond is resonating between two oxygen atom. So it is a resonance hybrid of two structures. Now the next topic is preparation, that how we prepare ozone. It is simply prepared from dioxygen only, which we studied earlier. When we introduce silent electric discharge to molecular oxygen, then it converts into ozone. So this is a method of preparation of ozone. Now the next topic is properties of ozone. Properties of ozone are as follow. Ozone in the gaseous form, it appears as pale blue color. Ozone in liquid form appears as dark blue, and in solid form it appears as violet black. Next is, it is a harmless gas below 100 ppm. If its concentration is below 100 ppm, then it is harmless. And this ozone we use as a germicide, as a disinfecting germs in water. Ozone as such is unstable. It immediately breaks down to molecular oxygen and nascent oxygen. Uh, Next is, ozone is very powerful oxidizing agent. As we can see from this, that ozone, as it dissociates, it releases nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is responsible for its oxidizing property. For example, if we take lead sulfide and we add over here ozone molecule, then what it will do, it is going to oxidize lead sulfide to PbSO4 with the release of oxygen. So this was all topic about ozone. Now our next topic is sulfur. Sulfur, it basically exists in the form of S8. Sulfur, here we will basically focus here to allotropic form of sulfur. Allotropic form means that the form which is having different structure but having same atomic composition. Atom involved are same, but they have different structure. That means is allotropic form. So allotropic form exists in two types. First, these are alpha sulfur and beta sulfur. So there is certain point of distinction between alpha and beta. Alpha sulfur shape is rhombic sulfur. Beta is monoclinic sulfur. Its melting point is 385.8 Kelvin and it says 393 Kelvin. Its color, alpha sulfur, is basically of yellow color. This S8 molecule, it exists in the puckered form. Basically it exists as pucket form and it is given the name of crown. Its shape is like crown. 8 atoms of sulfur are arranged in a form of crown. So this is a actual the structure in which a S8 atom of sulfur exists. Now there is a relation between two allotropic form of sulfur, alpha form and beta form. That is alpha form, that which we also call rhombic sulfur. It changes to monoclinic sulfur, that is beta form, at the temperature of 369. So similarly, this monoclinic again changes to rhombic sulfur at temperature of 369. This temperature, which leads to the interconversion of one form to another, that temperature is known as transition temperature. The transition temperature of allotropic form of alpha and beta is 369. Now our next topic is sulfur dioxide. Molecular formula is SO2. So SO2, that sulfur is there. It is a resonance hybrid of two structure. Sulfur, here 1 2 3 atoms are involved and two atoms are they are existing as a lone pair of electron on sulfur. Now the next is preparation of sulfur. It's very simple. If we heat this sulfur in the presence of oxygen, then there is a formation of sulfur dioxide. This is the first method of preparation of sulfur dioxide. Next is roasting, which we did in our lower classes 10th also. So if we take here iron sulfide and we heat it, we know that the heating of sulfide or in presence of oxygen gives, this process is known as roasting, and this gives oxide and with the release of sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide is also obtained in the roasting process. There is one more method. If we pass acid, any acid, HCl or H2SO4, to salt. Salt I have taken of sodium sulfite salt I have taken. We know that acid plus salt, they react to form salt and water. So salt and water are formed, salt NaCl and water is formed along with the formation of sulfur dioxide. Now next is properties of sulfur dioxide. It is a colorless gas, again having pungent smell. Pungent smell means it is having very very powerful smell that we cannot smell it at once, that we cannot inhale it. That smell is called pungent smell. It is soluble in water. Sulfur dioxide plus water, it gives H2SO3, that is known as sulfurous acid. Sulfur dioxide, since sulfur is a non-metal, its oxide, its nature will be acidic oxide. It reacts with basically base, because acid can react with the base. So here we have a reaction, sulfur dioxide acid and NaOH is a base. We know the acid plus base, they always react to give salt and water. So salt is Na2 sodium sulfide salt along with the formation of water. Okay, now sulfur dioxide when react with oxygen in presence of a catalyst, that is when divanadium pentoxide, then it gives sulfur trioxide. This process is very important. We will use this process in our next topic, so sulfuric acid. This process is known as contact process. This step is there, it's very important step in contact process. Next, sulfur dioxide behave as a reducing agent when it is in water. For example, if we take ferric ion, sulfur dioxide with water, what it will behave as a reducing agent. See, Fe3 is converted to Fe2, means there is a decrease in oxidation state, plus 3 to plus 2. Decrease in reduction, so it is acting here, over here it is acting as a oxidizing agent. So on the other hand, this will be acting as a reducing agent. So here the reduction of here SO2 is reduced to SO4 to negative form. Now our next topic is oxoacids of sulfur. This is very important topic from examination point of view. Oxoacids of sulfur means that sulfur which are having linkage or which are having bond with the OH group, that is known as oxoacids of sulfur. We are having several examples of oxoacids of sulfur, which are as H2SO3 named as sulfurous acid, H2SO4 sulfuric acid, H2SO5 per oxosulfuric acid, H2S2O2 thiosulfurous acid. These all are the acids that is oxoacids of sulfur. The point which we have to study in oxoacids of sulfur is the structure. So here we will draw one by one structure of every one of few oxoacids. So here I am starting with H2SO3. This is named as sulfurous acid. We know very well that this central atom sulfur, it contains 6 electrons in its outermost shell, means however it have to utilize its 6 electron. So you have to learn the key point in drawing their structure. This hydrogen will not be forming single bond. Hydrogen will be bonded to sulfur in form of OH bond. It will not be bonded as H. It will be bonded as OH. So we know the sulfur, its electrons are 6. So keeping this 6 electron in our mind, sulfur, so here 2H, so definitely 2 oxygen is going to utilize with H to form OH. So 2 bond is singly formed OH. This is going to be definitely in our structure. Now the remaining electron are 4. So remaining oxygen is also 1. So we know that oxygen forms double bond. So 2 electrons will be used for with oxygen to form double bond. Now the electron left are 2 electron lone pair. This is the structure of your sulfurous acid. Now same is the case with sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid formula H2SO4. Now sulfur, again keeping this thing in mind, it is going to form 6 bond. So first 2 bonds will be formed by with H and O. So OH, 2 bonds I have drawn over here. Remaining left is 2 more bonds, 4 more bonds. So 2 oxygen I have utilized, 2 left, so 2 is going to double bonded. This is the structure of sulfuric acid. Similarly, I have drawn of peroxodisulfuric acid. Since peroxodisulfuric acid. So here 2 sulfur are there with 8 oxygen. The structure is as follow. Similarly, I have drawn structure of OLAM, that is pyrosulfuric acid. This structure, 4 structures I have drawn. So try to draw all the structure of this oxo acid. So try it at least once by yourself.